French Rafales intercept two Russian Su-30SM fighter jets. French Rafale fighters scrambled from Šiauliai Air Base in Lithuania to intercept two Russian Su-30SM fighters that entered Baltic airspace without a flight plan, with France's Armed Forces General Staff publishing footage of the intercept and confirming the alert launched on very short notice. The post from the official French military described the aircraft entering the airspace of the Baltic states without authorization, with Rafales departing Šiauliai to escort them out. The Su-30SM is a Russian-built fourth-generation plus multirole fighter, the same type that France's Rafales have been shadowing repeatedly since taking over the NATO Baltic Air Policing mission from Spain on March 31, 2026. In April, French forces conducted 4 scrambles in a single week, identifying and escorting 6 Russian military aircraft, including an Su-30SM and an Il-20M electronic intelligence aircraft, the current latest intercept posted to the French military's social media account without a specific date confirmed beyond the implied recency of the post adds to a pattern of Russian aviation activity along NATO's eastern flank that has been intensifying since France assumed its Baltic rotation. Šiauliai Air Base, located approximately 130 kilometers (81 miles) from the Russian border in central Lithuania, has served as NATO's primary air policing hub for the Baltic states since the mission began in 2000, for the year Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania joined the alliance, without maintaining their own combat aircraft fleets. The base hosts rotating detachments of Allied fighters on roughly 4-month rotations, each responsible for the continuous air defense of all 3 Baltic states. France deployed 4 Rafale B fighters and more than 100 military personnel to lead the current rotation, with Romania providing a parallel contribution. French crews at Šiauliai operate with the Thales targeting pod, which allows visual identification of aircraft at long range without closing to visual range, a capability that has proven useful in the Baltic context, where Russia frequently sends aircraft toward Allied airspace without transponders, radio contact, or flight plans. The Su-30SM entering Baltic airspace in the latest intercept represents a higher-profile provocation than the reconnaissance and patrol aircraft that more commonly appear in Baltic scramble reports. The Su-30SM, built by Irkut Corporation and operated in significant numbers by Russia's Western Military District Forces, is a capable combat aircraft carrying a weapons load of up to 8,000 kilograms, 17,640 pounds, with a combat radius of 1,500 kilometers, 932 miles, that allows it to operate across the entire Baltic region, from bases in Kaliningrad, the Russian exclave wedged between Lithuania and Poland on the Baltic coast, or from airfields in the Pskov and Leningrad regions. In the April intercepts, Military Watch magazine reported that French pilots, using Thales pods, identified Russian Su-30SMs carrying Kh-31 anti-radiation missiles, weapons specifically designed to destroy NATO radar systems, a loadout that analysts at Army Recognition described as suggesting mission profiles linked to suppression of enemy air defenses rather than routine show-off force operations. Russia's Baltic aviation activity has been escalating progressively since the full-scale invasion of Ukraine in February 2022. On April 21, 2026, NATO jets from France, Sweden, Finland, Poland, Denmark, and Romania all launched simultaneously to intercept a Russian formation over the Baltic that included 2 Tu-22M, 3 supersonic bombers, and approximately 10 fighter escorts, one of the largest Russian formation intercepts. The mission has handled. Russia's defense ministry described that flight as scheduled and lawful, conducted over neutral waters. NATO's position was that the aircraft violated flight regulations by turning off their transponders, flying without a flight plan, and failing to communicate with air traffic control, the same pattern visible in the latest Su-30SM incursion that the French post describes. France's contribution to Baltic air policing since March 2026 has generated a notably higher public profile than most prior rotations. The French military operations account has published multiple videos and real-time posts of scrambles, intercepts, and escort missions, a communications posture that several defense analysts have noted is more assertive than France's typical approach to operational transparency. The April week of 4 scrambles in 7 days produced coverage across European defense media precisely because the French chose to document and publicize each intercept, making visible an operational tempo that had previously been understood by specialists, but rarely communicated to a general audience.